Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video where today I just feel like being in a judgmental mood. You see, today we are on a website called TierMaker.com, and I've clicked on a random, well, not random, actually not random at all. I clicked on one of these chart making things for cereal because I thought that if I'm going to judge anything today, it'll be cereals. What am I even saying? I don't know. I'd say that when I was growing up, I was a big believer in cereal. I think this is actually true for just about every child in America, but cereal was basically just a staple of my childhood. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it didn't matter. Cereal was always to be had. I have, since then, kind of lowered on my cereal consumption. However, I still think I remember these, for the most part, enough, whether it be in a bad way or a good way. So we're just gonna sort a few of these. So first off, I have an S, an A, a B, a C tier, and a never had tier, because there's a few of these on this list that I don't believe that I've ever had before. Now, I'm gonna just come right out and say it. This video might get me into a lot of trouble. This is gonna be a very controversial video. So yeah. Anyway, let's just do this thing. Okay, so the first one is that cinnamon apple Cheerios? You know, it sounds good. I'm trying to think if I've ever had cinnamon apple Cheerios. I feel like the only Cheerios that I was never like too scared to try was Honey Nut Cheerios or regular Cheerios, because I felt like anything that was like a flavored Cheerio just seemed weird to me. Cookie Crisp, you know, back in the good old days, Cookie Crisp was the closest thing to crack that they gave children, and yeah, I think that's still true to today. I wouldn't say it's S tier though, I'd say A tier. Special K, it's healthy, isn't it? Gross. Kix, never had. Oh wait, there we go. Apple Jacks. See, my problem with Apple Jacks, and the only reason that it's gonna go in B, is because when I ate Apple Jacks, I picked out all of the apple flavored ones and then left all the cinnamon flavored ones for last, which was honestly such a terrible way of eating it. But the apple was always, like, almost always so much better. Cornflakes, gross. What is this? Was that Count Chocula? See, the problem with being old is that your memory starts to go. I've heard of Count Chocula, but have I heard it for a good reason? No, I don't think so. Captain Crunch, that's one of the cereals that you basically can't eat it if it's fresh out of the box. You have to pour milk in, put the Captain Crunch in, and then 27 minutes later, eat it. You know, by the time that it's soggy enough to be like, you know, your grandmother's stew, Captain Crunch was good. But until then, terrible. I feel like for that reason, I'm gonna put it in B. Just cause. I mean, I've had regular Chex, but I don't think I've ever heard of rice Chex. Is this peanut butter crunch? So a little known fact about me is I am allergic to peanut butter, so that's. Oh wait, no, that one there. Honey Bunches of Oats. You know, okay, so fun story about Honey Bunches of Oats. When I was a child, hated Honey Bunches of Oats. I think I only like accidentally bought them once, because usually when I went to the grocery store, my mom would let me pick out what cereal I wanted, but it was kind of a struggle because you would pick out the cereal that you wanted, but I also had to make sure with my sister that she wanted it, which usually just meant cereal boxes being thrown left and right in the aisle. And you know, Honey Bunches of Oats was one of my choices one time, and after a long and heated discussion with my sister, we finally got it, and it wasn't that great. However, I just had Honey Bunches of Oats just a few months ago, I think. It's good shit. It's good shit. Okay, so my problem with Rice Krispie treats is that, does anyone actually eat Rice Krispie treats? I feel like the thing with Rice Krispie treats is that they almost need, Rice Krispies, is that they almost need to be made into Rice Krispie treats. Because, like, just the single Rice Krispie is kind of gross. Like, if you aren't eating it with a spoonful of sugar, then, like, why are you even eating it? So I feel like for just the capabilities of making Rice Krispie treats, it could go B. But as a cereal, not that good. All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah, I'll say it. There's something about me and my obsession for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I have lessened this obsession as I got into college, because I didn't know what people were going to think of me if I'm just out here eating just handfuls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But I remember in my dorm room freshman year, I had got 2 like huge boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that I would just literally take by the handful. And oh my god, I need to do that again. Just fill up this entire back wall of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Hey, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, sponsor me. Frosted Mini Wheats, a tried and true classic. Frosted Mini Wheats. There are so many good flavors, but these are the original ones, which honestly weren't as good as some of the others. I feel like the chocolate ones were delightful. The strawberry ones were weird. The blueberry ones were weird. Kind of like Pop-Tarts, honestly. But the original ones were just always good. They were always good, and you would buy them for like 3 months straight, and then all of a sudden they would be terrible, and you would never want to eat them again. And then like a month later, you would get it 3 months straight again, and then get sick of it. And it was just a vicious, endless cycle. But it's still going S tier. I mean, that Frosted Mini Wheats, again, just embodies what I was as a child. Disgusting and liked sweet stuff. Honey Nut Cheerios. See, this is another one, kind of like Honey Bunches of Oats. See, when I was a kid, Honey Nut Cheerios, disgusting. However, as I've had them more, and I'm trying to be more heart healthy to keep my unbelievable levels of cholesterol. But since I've turned an adult, you know, Honey Nut Cheerios aren't as bad. They're going A tier. Reese's Puffs, again, peanut butter. Can't do it. However, when I was a kid, like a really young kid, before I figured out that peanut butter or just peanuts are bad for me, Reese's Puffs were pretty good. And then one of these days I just ate one and I got very sick. Is this Rice Krispie treats? So did Kellogg, did Daddy Kellogg make Rice Krispie treats, shrunk them down, and then put them into cereal? Gross. Regular Cheerios. If you don't have like not even like a full cup of honey to go with those Cheerios, they're gross. I'll say it. Lucky Charms. See, when I was a kid, I only got Lucky Charms the first week of summer break. So I would just finish like a year of school, and then my mom would buy me a box of Lucky Charms. However, that was a pretty small sample size. And pretty much all times during the year, I never had Lucky Charms. And honestly, now, I'll say it, Lucky Charms, they're not what they used to be. They're not what they used to be. Cocoa Crisps, look, I'll say it right now. Or wait, Cocoa Krispies? Wait, is this? Oh, okay, it's not Cocoa Pebbles. Oh god. I don't think I've had Cocoa Krispies. Froot Loops, on the other hand, oh man. I think I'm gonna put it A tier just because Froot Loops are one of those things that you can eat it dry, you can eat it soggy as hell, you can eat it just in all weathers, like warm weather, cold weather, Froot Loops. It's just, I mean, you go up to the table, there's Froot Loops on the table, you're having a good day. Alright, next. Look, I'll say it. Raisin Bran. Oh, why is Raisin Bran the hardest one? Oh. See, again, by the time I got to college, Raisin Bran all of a sudden was one of the best things under the sun. The only problem is that the raisins themselves are delightful, you know? Like, if it was just raisins, if it was Raisin Bran, but just raisins, it was just raisin minus the brand, I think that it would be a lot better. See, but the problem is with these, like, cornflake things, they're just not all there, you know? It doesn't really mix. And I feel like, the raisins are kind of exemplified by just all of the milk that you put in it. But by the time you put the bran in, then it's just, it's just like eating cardboard. And I feel like the thing with Raisin Bran is that it just gets soggy so fast. And actually, I should base, like, my rankings more off of that, because, like, there's some cereals where it's just like, the instant that before you even pour the milk in, like, you hold the jug of milk over the bowl. Couldn't think of the word bowl. You hold the milk over the bowl, and it was just already soggy. Like, just, I guess, from the last time that you poured it. I don't know what it is. Golden Crisp. Why does that cereal mascot look stoned out of his mind? No. Fruity Pebbles. So this is one of those controversial ones. Tell me I'm wrong. You see, Fruity Pebbles are just unbelievable. Fruity Pebbles are one of those things that, think about your most treasured memory as a child. Just take a second and think about what think about the taste, the smells of that moment. Now imagine what that taste and smell came from. What you saw. I bet you money the Fruity Pebbles were on the table, and not Cocoa Pebbles. Also, I'm totally not biased, as I don't really like chocolate, but I love fruit. But that has nothing to do with this decision. You see, Fruity Pebbles, just built different. They're not S tier, of course, because they are, just Pebbles after all. And they have one of the oldest mascots in the cereal game, but they're still A. Meanwhile, Cocoa Pebbles is down in the depths of, Special K and cornflakes. Cocoa Puffs? My sister... You see, when I was a kid, I was the one that was always trying to branch out when it came to the cereals that we got. It was either between Mini Wheats, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or one other that I'll get to in a little bit. But my sister's first choice was always Cocoa Pebbles. Now, I have no idea why. Because imagine Cocoa Puffs. It's kind of like just like those cheese balls that you get in those really big tubs when you go to King Soopers. Kind of like that, where it's just really fluffy and airy. And it's like, you shouldn't like it because there's not really anything there, but you do still kind of like it. I feel like that could just be said with just the entire B tier, to be honest. It's like, you don't feel like you should like it, but you do kind of like it. Frosted Flakes. Again, I know that there's going to be no arguments in this S tier right here. I'll tell you right now, no arguments. That's done. Let me tell you about the berries. You see, every good memory that I had as a child, unfortunately never at my house, but at my friend's house, whenever we cracked open a new box of the Captain Crunch Berries edition. I mean, just thinking about it fills my heart with joy. It was just the cereal of childhood, you know? I mean, it was the one that you don't really see adults eating Captain Crunch with berries. But you always see the kids eating it. And, you know, I don't think I have ever seen any depressed children eating Captain Crunch with berries. All of them are like happy. It's a beautiful thing, Captain Crunch with berries. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, is this 2-scoop Raisin Bran? Put that shit in, eh? Hell yeah. Ooh. Ooh, see, I feel like honeycomb is just kind of like all these other cereals, you know? It's just like, it's not the best cereal, it's not the worst cereal, and you either get like a really good bowl or you get a terrible bowl. You know, there's no in between for anything, there's no in between in the rankings. It's just honeycombs, you know? Shut up, rabbit. Trix are in C. I feel like Trix are just kind of the worst Cocoa Puffs. Oh. Alright, I just realized some bias here. You see, my reasoning behind hating Cocoa Pebbles, as you should, was that they're chocolatey, and I like fruity stuff. Where Trix is basically just the fruity version of Cocoa Puffs. I mean, it's literally the same thing, just one tastes more like fruit than Cocoa Puffs. But I feel like I'd never had Trix enough as a kid to warrant it being higher. Because I remember it being like the same texture, consistency. Again, only difference being the flavor from Cocoa Puffs. And in that kind of vein in my head, I feel like Trix is worse. But also, it might just be because I haven't had it enough. Yeah. You know, we'll put that boy in B tier. Why not? Pops, terrible. They taste. I mean, it's like chewing like 7-day-old cornbread. It's nasty. Honey Smacks, never had it. Oh no. There you go. No. I gotta leave it. Well, there we go, guys. That was well, the right way of sorting these cereals based on tier. And if you have any opinions, which I mean, you can't, like, this is right, you know, this is just right. Put it down in the comments below. Tell me where I went wrong on this tier list. And let me know if you want to see more of this, because, I don't know, I like doing this. So thank you guys very much for watching. I will leave the link to this website down in the description below so you and your friends can try it out. And yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.